All right. Tonight here on the Bearded Babble, I have someone I've been connected to for quite some time on social media, on Instagram, Aaron the artist. What I do here on the Babble is I like to promote positive inspiration, things that motivate me. Aaron is definitely someone, you may not know this, you're going to find this out right now. I enjoy seeing your posts more than you can imagine. Your posts inspire me. They educate me. They inform me about things. You're very honest with your artwork about the creation and about the struggles, not only with the artwork, but about with the people that you have to deal with. I've been seeing a lot, and I really want to get into the conversation about AI, but we'll get into that in a little bit, and with how that's affecting the art world and an artist like yourself. Now that I've done my babble, Aaron, please tell us a little bit about yourself and where we can find information about you.
So I'm Aaron the artist. I draw, illustrate, design, and pretty much everything that you can do within the Adobe Creative Suite. I've either done it or can do it or could figure it out relatively quickly. A lot of my stuff is on Instagram under Aaron the artist, and I think I have some stuff on a Behance.net site. So there's some old stuff I did when I was still in college.
So when did you get into art? Is that something that was a passion? Was it a hobby? How did the art start for you?
I think it was initially something that was given to me just to keep me busy while my mom and dad were at the house doing whatever, and to keep me from tearing up the house or doing other stuff that I shouldn't have been doing. So I think at 9 months to 10 months, I was drawing with crayons, and they gave me Sunday newspapers. So I started drawing the stuff I saw in the comics, and it just grew on from there when they realized that, hey, he actually picks up to this. So it just kept going and going.
How great is it that you get to do something that you enjoy?
It's the best. It is literally the best. Like, I don't have bad days when I'm drawing. I might draw a bad picture, but I can always erase it and just redraw it. But as far as, yeah, today has been a real bummer. My idea of a bummer is I had to add more detail than normal, but yeah, there's not a bad day as far as drawing.
Well, like I said, I'm grateful to you for being on here because, like I said, you are an inspiration. Your posts are always, they're positive, inspiring. Like I said, you're creative, and I love how you share your artwork. You share what inspires you, and like I said, that it helps inspire me. Like I said, I just want to say thank you to you because as an artist in different ways, we're all artists in different ways. We all do different things. And of course, we all have those days where you're just tired. You just don't want to do things. And I always see your feed, and I'm always grateful to your feed because your feed always plants that little seed in my head that says, get going, do something, create.
I appreciate it. I think that might be the OCD.
Now, and a very interesting thing that my daughter and I, we've been having a lot of conversations about the AI here in this house. It's come on pretty quickly. I know it's been around for a while, but I think it's really being thrown into the world rather quickly. I think people are becoming overwhelmed with it. They don't understand it. They don't know what to do with it. As an artist, when you started seeing it over, I guess maybe the past couple of months, maybe really starting to swoop up, what are your feelings?
Initially, I looked at it as, okay, this is cute. And this is a phase. And then as it got more aggressive, I was like, okay, they're picking up really fast. But then I also looked at it and it's like people that necessarily wouldn't pay the rates that I'm charging, go that route, go for it. It saves me the trouble of having to tell you or hurting your feelings. And there's certain things that AI does, at least as of right now, that you can tell it's AI. Like they have picture fingers. You see 8 fingers on the hand, like that's not right. Unless, some artists were having a bad day. But the other thing was certain things that they put out there, you can tell. I mean, if you're a trained illustrator or artist, you can tell it's like a person couldn't have drawn that. And if they did, the way that they're cranking it out in AI, there's no way.
Now, I saw you had posted up, and my daughter and I were actually discussing this yesterday about the copyright. Now, how do you feel? Is that a good thing that it's really, and a copyright is for something that is created by a human being. So you have something now. It's interesting in the form of, I think it was the video game that somebody was using it for. So now their entire video game, basically the art for that can't be copyrighted.
Yeah, and I mean, if the person was a, well, in this case, since AI is not a person, who do you pass the rights on to in the event that something were to happen to AI? I mean, anyone could have a claim for that. And as far as the person, the best way to explain that would be, I think the thing I posted, it was a comic book. So someone or AI apparently had taken a lot of samples of other people's work and combined it into one image, and then they try to make a series. That's cool and all, but if you want to try to make a movie out of it, who exactly are you paying? And or who are you buying the rights from? So there's that issue. And there's a bunch of other little legal issues, but that was one of the main ones. And that's one of the cases I'm kind of really paying attention to because it's going to probably have a greater impact on other things that are coming out as far as AI. Like, I think they just, well, they didn't just do it, but there's a recording AI where you can sound like various celebrities and have them talking or whatever. And one of the things that my wife brought up, and I also thought about it, was like, well, what if you have someone that's on the phone confessing to something that they didn't do? Who's to say it wasn't their voice? If it's AI, I mean, at what point do you draw the line and say, yeah, this, you can't go get away with this because you're gonna mess up a lot of relationships and or lives.
That's a very scary thing. Now you touched on something that I want to back up to. You said that AI, does it work off of, it has to understand art. So it's basically, is it looking at artist work and studying artist work and creating? So is it that artist work? And do you actually owe the compensation to the artist that the AI is studying?
You would think so, but I think they kind of figured out where they might take the 5 or 6 different artists, take the images, and then just kind of mesh it into one and be like, okay, this is our creation. We picked from here, here, and here, but we didn't pick from one person specifically. So it's kind of a gray line, but at the end of the day, I think that it should probably, they should leave that part alone. There's other things that are good with AI, like where you need to come up with ideas for what, different types of things. That part is cool, but when you start messing with people's like stuff that makes people individuals and start affecting their money, that's kind of like, okay, somebody's going to either, there's going to be a lawsuit or they're going to figure out a way to, I don't know, regulate it or just shut it down completely.
It's in so many avenues and so many things that it's in now. And my daughter is working, she's creating a video game and she's creating characters and she's doing, the writing for them and she's, character creation and doing all that. And a friend of hers turned her on to, she's using AI and she showed me it helps with her character creation. It helps with creating the persona. She can put in character traits of her character, get it going. She can then ask the character a question, and if she doesn't like the answer, she can change it. And again, it's interesting and it's odd. She has a free assistant, basically. It's very interesting. I don't know how I feel. I'm still trying to figure this all out. Like I said myself, being on the outside, kind of looking, in it all of this. Uh, it's insane. It's like you said, it's definitely different to look at. The trained eye can definitely see the difference. I mean, when you see something AI, you're like, okay, but why is that though? Why is it something more creative? Is it something on another level?
At this point, I think it is kind of on another level, but they're closing the gap fast. So it's getting to the point where certain things you're looking at like, well, did someone create this or was this again computer? And they're really like a year ago, like, yeah, that's AI. Now it's like, is it AI? I'm not sure. Next year it could be, yep, this is, I have no idea. And my thing is, until it really starts hurting the pockets of the industry, they're not going to do anything about it. Like, so if they put out a movie featuring no actual actors, but you have AI cast and it makes billions, and actors are just in there like, hey, we're not making money. Yeah, y'all need to shut this down.
So when it starts pissing people off, that's when we'll have to shut it down. When it starts hitting people's pockets, because
Yeah.
again, we know money rules everything. Unfortunately, unfortunately, you're right. It's pretty sad that until that's a wonderful scenario that you came up with, basically creating an entire movie where you basically really had no one creating the movie and it makes billions, and then who's, yeah, that would probably affect a lot of people and go, hey, wait a second, now this is getting scary.
Yeah.
As an artist, for you, is this competition for you? How is this affecting you right now? And how is this going to affect you in the future?
As of right now, it's not really bothering me. Actually, I'm happy because certain things that I would rather not do, I'm like, yeah, go ahead and do that. Yeah. Save your money, go do that way. I do stuff too where it's so customized that AI hasn't caught up to that point. I mean, if at some point they may, but as of right now, certain things I do, the computer can't do because it's literally coming from my head and it's not anything that you can just figure out, as far as algorithm or algorithms or anything like that. So I'm not really concerned about it. I mean, I really think at some point they're going to piss off the right person, and then all that's going to go away anyway. But and I mean, I can do multiple things, so it kind of just keeps me like, okay, learn to do other things. So if something goes wrong, then you can do this.
I think you just hit on a very key point that you just said. And I think it actually, like I said, I've kind of been on the fence about, I don't know if I like AI. I'm not sure. You just said something. You said you create from the heart.
Mhm.
AI will never be able to do that.
Mhm.
And that will automatically weigh in the favor of the human every time. That's an important thing that you said there, because yes, you're creating from your mind, but you're also creating from your heart. Your work is you. Your work is your soul. Yes, someone may come to you and say, hey, can you create this? But there's always going to be some of you in it, whereas of AI is not going to have a personal touch from here.
Right. And then like a lot of stuff, like far as creating backgrounds and stuff, AI will literally scan the internet, find images. There's your background. Me, I'll look for references, but I'm always gonna throw in my own touch. So there's gonna be obvious differences from that factor, that point.
That's I think that's the key thing here, that art needs to come from the heart. And I think again that basically just tipped me over to again, from the AI side. It's very cool. I enjoy what it's like I said, it's a free assistant for my daughter to help her with everything like that. But if you can't create from the heart, and I get that, like I said, I do art in many different forms, many different ways. And it's true, every form of art that you do has to come from the heart, or it's not going to be good. It's not going to be real.
Right. And it's like basically kind of like what you do when you do stand up. Sure, maybe AI could take the works of a lot of comedians and do a setup of stand-ups, special, but they can't relate their personal stories that comedians tell. So it's kind of like, okay, I've heard your story before, but it's not your story. Whereas you could go out there and talk about something you're going through with your son and your wife and your daughter, just regular things that happen. Hey, I wouldn't know nothing about that because they have no history, no memory of any of that.
It's a connection that you have, just like basically stand up is what we're doing right here. You and I are having a connection. And if we don't have a connection, then there's nothing's going to happen here. And that's comedy too. If you don't have a connection with your audience, nothing is going to happen. We have a good connection here. It's a good babble. It's a good time. Can you have that with AI? Again, no, you're not going to get that interconnection.
At least not yet, anyway. Because I was listening to the radio, they were talking about how AIs don't have emotions, and there's basically saying that they're trying to get to that point. I'm like, yeah, I need to stop playing around because it's gonna be Skynet all over again.
How scary is that, to think, though, that in the future, I mean, maybe not in my lifetime, but I always say it to my daughter, I'm just like, I cannot imagine what you're going to see.
Scary. Yeah, I mean, it's basically scary. I mean, it's some of it is cool. Like my wife has a Tesla. We had test drove one of the self-driving versions. I'm like, this is really cool. However, there's always that however. If they decide they want to just shut down all the cars by pressing a button, and there's no way you can drive like a old-fashioned car, you're just stuck wherever they want you to be. I'm like, yeah, there's too much control, too much power.
Yeah, I enjoy driving too much. I'm even like, if I'm in the passenger seat of a vehicle, I'm like the worst passenger sitting in the front. I got to sit in the back because I'm on the front. I want to reach over. I want to drive. I mean, the Teslas are an amazing vehicle, yes, but I enjoy driving. I enjoy being in control there.
Same here. Although
So we,
she's got me with the gas, like electricity will be, well, for the most part, electricity will be gas. I'm like paying 5 something a gallon. She just plugged it in and she paid later, like a month later on a power bill. I'm like, yeah, you kind of win.
yeah, that was actually next on my list. We were looking at, I was looking at a Kia, and then if the Kia didn't come through, I was going to go take a look at a Tesla and, like you said, see about the plug-in because I don't get out as much as I used to, so I really don't need it. So I was thinking that would be an ideal thing. That technology, again, technology moving forward, some things are good and some things aren't.
Very much so.
What have you been working on lately, Aaron?
Uh, I'm finishing up a pilot, like a, well, like a trailer pilot. It's 4 minutes long, and possibly it's how, yeah, possibly as early as next week I'll be working on some children's books. So keep myself busy, but nothing
Uh,
like, just, there's not a whole bunch of cartoons per se. It's just like other things that involve my skill set. So there's children's books coming up, and I think there may be another pilot I might be doing between middle spring and early summer.
Again, it's got to be the greatest feeling just to enjoy doing what you do. Again, creating every day, inspiring every day. Like I said, you're creating every day, but I don't know if you realize how much you inspire every day.
I have no idea. I mean, there'll be people like you that I will see messages from, and it makes me feel really good. But yeah, I literally, if you were to say, hey, you want to, I don't know, super lottery, a Mega Millions, what would you do with all your free time? The same thing I'm doing now. I would be drawing. I'd probably be drawing somewhere that was a lot warmer than where we are right now, and I'm in LA. So, yeah, I would be drawing and wouldn't think twice that would be the life I would live. Well, kind of what I'm doing now. So
So you have already won the lottery then.
minus the money and the nice cars.
Yeah. Doing what you love though is a wonderful thing though.
That it is. That it is.
That is absolutely wonderful. Aaron, again, before we end it here, again, I know we can find you on Instagram at Aaron the Artist. You were saying we can find you, where else can we find you?
Behance, same, Aaron the Artist. Twitter, Aaron the Artist, and my Facebook is, it's not all one word, but it's Aaron the Artist. So I'm on all three of those. I'm on TikTok. I don't remember what my name is because someone took up that handle, so I had to change it a little bit. So I think it might be the artist Aaron. I'm not sure, but I don't really post a lot on there. I just go on there and watch stories.
I'm still trying to figure TikTok out myself. I have an account. I don't even know what I'm doing on there too. It's it's
You
trying to
figure
keep
out,
up with the kids.
yeah, I'm not dancing. So if that's all what it takes, not gonna be me.
If you are an artist, I suggest you follow Aaron the Artist. Even if you're not an artist, I suggest you follow Aaron the Artist because again, the inspiration is there a day that you don't post up? I really think you post up, I think every day, several times. Like I said, it's to me, I enjoy it, always puts a smile on my face. It always just brings me up just a little bit and reminds me, create.
I don't think I've missed a day in 3 years.
I,
Like
I, I
it used to be like every so often, but after pandemic, I didn't have anything better to do. I'm like, I have time to draw whatever I want and just post it out, put it out there.
anything you'd like to say to inspiring artists out there?
Don't stop drawing. I mean, always, if you're a beginner, you have a book and just draw whatever you see and just keep going from there. Start off with circles and little shapes like that, circles, boxes, and just build on those shapes. And even if your work starts off real crappy at first, just keep going, it'll get better. And to this point now, when I draw stuff, 5 minutes in is crap. 10 minutes in, okay, we're going somewhere. 20 minutes in is good. 30 minutes in is great, and I'm done. But nothing ever comes out where I'm like, oh, this is awesome. Never.
You got to work at it.
Always.
That's life. You got to work at it. And that's all we can do is we can continue to work at it, give it our best. and just keep doing the best that we can. Aaron,
Absolutely.
again, I am grateful for this one. As things are getting rolling here, this is what I want to do. I'm realizing what I want to do. Again, this is a form of art for me. And you are someone that helps make my art more colorful, more happy. It's like a Bob Ross painting.
Add a little happy strokes here.
That's it. That's what we all need. We all need the happy trees. We all just need to keep adding them every day. Aaron, again, I look forward every single day. Like you said, yeah, you haven't missed a day in years. I know that every single day I can go on Instagram and I may not feel creative, and I see you posting up, and it's always inspiring. It's always creative. It's always educational. Please keep doing that. Please keep being who you are. And again, I am grateful to you, Aaron. I am grateful for this. And thank you. We're going to, any last words for you?
Just have fun, whatever you do. Just have fun and appreciate the opportunity, and look forward to talking to you again next time.
Again, we're going to end it with the peace, the love, and the laughter.